God of War Ragnarok is the critically acclaimed sequel to God of War. Things pick up shortly before the events that ended the first game, building up to a fierce showdown between Kratos and one of Odin's kin. From there, Kratos and his allies must prevent the coming of Ragnarok, with Atreus taking center stage in a heartfelt tale of destiny, family, and fate. PS5 Pro users get access to new modes, one called PS5 Pro Enhanced Mode that uncaps frame rate for those with a 120 Hz VRR display. This boosts frame rates close to 100 FPS in some instances. PSSR is also an option, improving the sharpness of distant objects and foliage with just a slight dip in performance. Despite having released a few years back, God of War Ragnarok is still an absolutely incredible game to behold. No effects, ray-traced lighting, and detailed character models shine on PS5 Pro, boosting the limits of what's possible on console and even outperforming the PC version in some respects. Assassin's Creed Shadows launched with very good PS5 Pro support, but has since been updated with PSSR post-launch, which has given the game a great boost and made ray tracing much more viable on the enhanced console. As I covered in my Assassin's Creed Shadows Best Graphics Settings Guide, standard ray tracing is available in performance mode, giving you 60 FPS while maintaining image quality. This is a huge step up when compared to the base PS5 version, and it looks incredible in action. By finally taking the series to Japan, Ubisoft really elevates the modern RPG formula present in the last few Assassin's Creed games. The open world is gorgeous and immensely detailed. The foliage, in particular, is breathtaking, as is the dynamic season mechanics in hideout mode. Horizon Forbidden West takes the series in a bold new direction, with Aloy venturing across a new region, seeking out answers to a potentially world-ending mystery. The game is gorgeous, as expected, especially the water, which can now be traversed to get to sunken wrecks and tunnels. On PS5 Pro, there's a bespoke technology called Gorilla Super Resolution at play, boosting visuals while maintaining a 60 FPS output. There are options to turn on VRR and unlock the frame rate as well. Simply put, Horizon Forbidden West might be the best implementation of PS5 Pro yet. There's a bounty of new modes to choose from, the standout being Performance Pro, which closes in on 1440p resolution. All of this extra detail is most seen in foliage-dense environments and in character models. PS5 Pro is undoubtedly the best place to play this excellent sequel. The Last of Us Part 1 is a fantastic PS5 remake, and in my opinion, the best way to experience the groundbreaking game that originally launched on PS3. With PS5 Pro, the game gets a boost to visual fidelity while maintaining all the bells and whistles of performance mode. This new Pro mode produces a much sharper image, really elevating what is already a beautiful game. In the first game of the ongoing The Last of Us series, you play as Joel, as he's tasked with transporting a young girl across a post-apocalyptic landscape. This mysterious quest takes twists and turns almost immediately, evolving into something that cements Naughty Dog's status as a world-class developer. Even if you've played this one before, it's worth experiencing again on PS5 Pro, with one of the best stories ever to feature in a video game. Monster Hunter Wilds on PS5 Pro is easily the best place to play, with consistent frame rates while keeping the visual fidelity high. I play on balanced mode with a VRR monitor, and it's the perfect middle ground, and a great way to sharpen up the game's sometimes blurry graphics. Gameplay-wise, this is the best Monster Hunter yet, with the ability to bring 2 weapons out with you on hunts. The new focus system completely transforms weapons like the longsword, and so far, post-launch support has been excellent. While it's best enjoyed with friends, Monster Hunter Wilds makes it easy to send out SOS flares and squad up with other players online. Hunts are dynamic, with weather systems and seasons combining to make every hunt memorable. Demon Souls can get a bit overlooked when people talk about the best From Software titles, but spend even a passing moment playing it and you'll see that it laid the foundations for everything that followed. This Blue Point developed remake keeps all of the charm of the original while modernizing it for this generation of consoles. Visually, it's still one of the best looking games ever made, and it still plays as good as it always has, if not better. On PS5 Pro, Demon Souls is upgraded via PSSR, upscaling to 4K while maintaining 60 FPS. There's some extra work put into lighting and shadows, too, and the results are stunning. Seriously, download Demon Souls for free if you have PS Plus. It's part of the game catalog. And just walk around for a bit. You'll be blown away by how good it looks, and will probably be tempted to dig deeper into its brutal but engaging combat. Gran Turismo 7 is still one of best racing games you can play on PS5, and it's enhanced on PS5 Pro. You can now apply ray tracing in gameplay, previously limited only to the replays and photo mode. There's an option to enable 8K if you're so inclined, and VR is massively improved on the PlayStation 5 Pro. Interestingly, PSSR can be toggled on or off, primarily to activate ray tracing in cockpit view, though this will reduce the overall image quality. Whether you're a casual racing fan or someone who wants to tweak and tune every aspect of your vehicles, Gran Turismo 7 is accessible to most. There's a brilliant GT Cafe feature that'll lead you through events while you get to grips with the game. The soundtrack is fantastic, as expected, featuring a mix of old and new sounds that'll take plenty of players back to the days of playing the series on PlayStation 1. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth was met with a bit of a mixed reaction when it launched, primarily due to its shaky visuals and performance on PS5. The PS5 Pro is absolutely the upgrade the game needed, with the new Pro mode managing to clean up the often muddy graphics while delivering a consistent frame rate. This is especially felt in the open world, which is absolutely massive in Rebirth, filled with a whole host of side activities. This sprawling offering is the best we've seen in a Final Fantasy title by far. While it's based on the original Final Fantasy VII game, FF7 Rebirth is more of a sequel to 2020's Final Fantasy VII Remake. Because of this, the story isn't quite what you'd expect, with key moments playing out drastically differently from how things did all the way back in 1997. Once again, this isn't anywhere close to being a straight remake. In fact, it's a much more interesting direction in terms of story and character developments. Marvel's Spider-Man 2 looks and feels absolutely incredible on PS5 Pro, with a new Performance Pro mode holding a steady 60 FPS while offering comparable visuals to the base PS5's resolution mode. The Fidelity Pro mode is then an alternate option for those who really want to push their graphics to the max. It targets 30 FPS and introduces new ray tracing graphical features, plus greater pedestrian and traffic density. This is in addition to higher quality character hair. A handful of new features can be individually tweaked to target different frame rates, with support for variable refresh rate displays. While it may not be the highest reviewed game on this list, it's absolutely the biggest upgrade we've seen on PS5 Pro, and absolutely the best showcase for the system. If you're looking to test out the ray tracing capabilities of PS5 Pro, Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is absolutely the title to download. In terms of how good this web-slinging sequel is, it hooked me from the outset. Astro Bot was the best PS5 game released in 2024, with excellent 3D platforming and hundreds of PlayStation-focused Easter eggs. On PS5 Pro, PSSR is deployed to improve image quality in most cases, and things stay at a steady 60 FPS throughout. In a game as gorgeous as Astro Bot, these slight improvements make for big results, with water and particle effects being best in class for a game such as this one. The art style of Astro Bot sticks to the core design of PlayStation's latest suite of consoles, all pristine whites, deep blues, and stark shadows. Levels are then populated with immense bursts of color, themed after iconic PlayStation mascots like Ratchet, Kratos, and Aloy. Astro Bot is a celebration of all things PlayStation, while being a truly revolutionary platformer in its own right. Boss fights each feature clever mechanics that make great use of the PS5 DualSense controller's haptic triggers and vibrations.